If you want to get vocals that don't clip but are loud in FL Studio, I'm gonna walk you through the whole process. But first, I need you to like the video, all right? It's free, just like the video. Recording vocals in FL Studio, right? I'm not gonna use any plugins, only like X Pitch for auto-tune, all right? So I'm gonna show you how you can do this, all right? First, we need to look at the current. Like at FL Studio, we have a fader over here. We can see what the numbers to where we're hitting, all right? Okay. You do not really want to go over 6 dBs, right? Ideally, you want to stay under 6, right? Ideally, you want to hit like 18 to 10, somewhere within that range, right? But you can go up higher. But you see, when I go up a little bit higher, I'm hitting that orange, and it's getting into clipping territory, right? So that's when we see that right there. That's not good. We want to stay within these good levels down here at the bottom. So let me go and put you on real quick. So when recording vocals, a good level to aim for is an average of -18 to -10 dBs on the peak meter, while avoiding peaking over -6 dBs. All right. This level produces the least amount of noise, allowing for the best interaction with processing effects, and provides the most flexibility during mixing. Okay. All right. So one thing that you can do to record louder vocals is to monitor with effects. All right. People are going to say you shouldn't record with effects. There's a difference between monitoring with effects, and there's a difference between recording through the plugin. All right. You can do both, right? But if you only want to monitor, that can help you. If you want to have all the flexibility of changing it later, you can. But if you want to print it, that can help you out as well. So let's speed up the process. Then we want to look right here. It says turn down the music. All right. If you need to increase the vocal level, you can turn down the music instead of turning up the preamp. Okay. So that's the first step to do. All right. What I do in FL, Pro Tools, Logic, whatever, I just turn the beat down. All right? I just turn it down. Like I just figure out like, okay, depending on how hard the 808 is hitting, I'll turn it down to like -8.7. As long as it's under -6 dBs, you should be fine. But you gotta like adjust it. Every beat is gonna be different, right? So like on the fader, like watch this. Let's look and see where this beat is peaking. Okay, so we see where the beat is peaking, and we're good, right? So now we're gonna go over here, look at my vocals. All right, so you see I keep hitting a little bit of that orange slightly, and that's bad. So I want you to look at my console, right? This is the only way I can show you like what my my knob is, like my pre or my interface. So like watch this. So I can see like it's clipping in here, like it's hitting, like me personally, when I'm hitting this orange, I'm clipping. So I want to turn that down, right? Because I have no plugins on, all right? So I could turn myself up in the headphones because my headphones were lower. But now we see like my levels, they're better. I could turn it down just a little bit more. Right, and we see right here on this fader right here, we're going around like -12, we're like -15, right? We like, but depends on like how I'm talking. See, like if I get closer and I be louder, okay, my signal is gonna be louder, all right. But we go back over here. So now when we see when we're talking, when I'm recording my vocals, like I'm hitting like -15, all right. When I got a little bit louder, it went up to like -8, 7 within that range. So we can just tweak accordingly, all right? So no plug-in on it, but auto-tune right here, right? So like watch this. I go over there. As a matter of fact, just click and all right. Let's see. Assign it to the track. Let's hit record on that. Record. Yeah, hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Wanna hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Look at the level. Yeah, hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Wanna hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Gotta hold that money. So when we look at that, like the levels on that, that's cool. So if we need to go over here and turn the volume up, we can turn the volume up. So like, watch this. Let's turn it up like 4 dBs. See what it do on the fader. Yeah, hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. So 4 dBs on that makes it a little bit louder. Let's do 2.6 dBs so we can see. Yeah, hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. All right, bring it down. Yeah, hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. Gotta hold that money, baby. Wanna hold the compression added to it. Gotta hold that money, baby. Wanna hold that money. Hold that money, baby. Gotta hold that money. But as we swap through those random presets on there, you see it wasn't peaking over negative 6 dBs at all. Okay. And to go a step further, there's going to be people say record at 32-bit. Let me show you something. Here we go. When it comes to 32-bit float or whatever, right, you can literally Google what you argue, right? So basically, it's basically impossible to clip the 32-bit float data format, but plenty of things in chain may clip or distort. That's true. As we see right here, even in 32-bit float mode, you can still hear clipping when monitoring if the audio is too loud. All right. The first thing to understand that is while the use of floating point numbers means that a greater range can be captured, it is not as precise as expressing the same information in discrete integer values. Okay. Therefore, it's not required. All right. And sometimes it may not be the best choice. And it's just simple. Like I'm just going through different articles that you can see, right? So we could understand like what's going on, right? Because, all right, it was like the main reason. All right, so look, and this is from the UAD forum. It's like the main reason to use 32-bit float is to save CPU horsepower on converting the file so it can directly pre-processed by the DAW, right? It has nothing to do with recording levels or converters or anything like that. It is strictly for the DAW to work more efficiently, especially if you have a huge amount of audio, all right? Understand that as well, because you have pretty much full control of whatever you want to do. So regardless if it's FL, Logic, Pro Tools, you can still apply the same things. And then for the people that want to argue 16 versus 24, look at this right here. It says when it comes to recording, even at 16-bit, the noise floor is very low. So you could record at 16 and still have a decent amount of dynamic range. A more common practice, however, and something of a standard is to record at 24-bit, simply because recording at 24 gives you more dynamic range to work with. All right. Again, it's completely up to you on what you want to do, but you know what I'm saying? A quick Google or ChatGPT or Google Gemini can help you out. Listen, one more thing. All right. Should I use 24-bit or 32-bit audio? Listen, for most professionals, 24-bit audio is the standard and is widely used in both music and post. But 24-bit recording does have some limitations, which 32-bit float does away with. It is possible to clip a 24-bit recording, all right? The latest generation of 32-bit audio interfaces are now appearing with no gain control, and the source is the production expert. All right. All right. So that's just something to look at, just something to hear, okay? All right. And then one little bonus tip for you to record, use a sample rate of 48 kilohertz at 24 bits. This balance of quality, file size, and processing power is good for music production, all right? That's just something that we really gotta like really understand. And then before we get out of here, look at this right here. So we go to this recording, and you see right here, it says 32-bit float recording. I got that enabled, all right? So if you want to record with that enabled, you can. If not, turn it off. But the objective is you want to make sure you're hitting levels that's not going over -6. This is -6. It's under 0, okay? All right. Because people are going to say, "Hey, it's digital. You can't clip in digital." Like really, like digital recording is different from analog recording. There's no headroom in digital recording when you reach 0 dBs. This means that if the volume spikes unexpectedly, the signal will clip. All right. I'm just really trying to like put you on and show you like what you need to be doing, like far as like good practices, right? Depending on like how you record, how loud you are, that's gonna make a difference, okay? But as you see in FL, like my vocals, like my levels, they're good.